Tip number 2 for working from home is set yourself up as if you're going to work. Get yourself on a desk, a table, so that you can work properly, and also get dressed like you're going to go to work. Some people I know, not naming names, who live in hot countries or locations like Miami, for instance, have been known to answer Skype video calls with barely anything on. And I think it's wise to get dressed just in case you accidentally turn the video on during a webinar or a conference call, or also if someone comes to the door to deliver something. So yeah, put some clothes on. Lying in your bed all day or sitting on the sofa and working from there might feel comfortable to start with, but after a while you sort of start to get pains in your back, you don't get comfortable. You turn the telly on, which many people do just to get some outside interaction. As our friend Nikki Wright says, she usually makes sure it's an old series that she's seen before, so it's not distracting in terms of work, but it just gives her that ability to be in touch with the outside world. Many other people I know put the radio on in the background, something you might not have on in work typically. So basically it's a case of doing whatever you need to do to get through the day where you might potentially be on your own. Working from home can be actually incredibly lonely, and I think that people who are in the process of self-isolating are going to find out how lonely that is. And in that case, you really need to start to get a bit of a routine, that you contact people at work regularly or people in your social circle. Also get out, take some walks, do some activity that isn't tied to the house. You know, and if for the current situation we are sort of going to be landed and grounded for a while, then, you know, we need to adapt. And that means being a bit more socially active in terms of online presence and picking up this thing and actually using it to make phone calls to people, speak to people. And it will have a positive impact on your day, because I've worked from home once a day probably for the last 2 years, and one of the biggest challenges is staying mentally healthy in terms of ensuring you have good social contact. One of the other challenges, of course, is when your partner has to work from home as well. Who gets the office? Who has to sit at the dining room table? During these times, it's a case of just tweaking how it works for you. You're not going to get it right on day one, but you'll get there. So that's tip 2 for working from home. Get up, get dressed for work, get set up for work on a desk, and make sure you stay in touch with people to ensure you stay mentally healthy and happy. Diolch.